Hello students, today is our lecture of subject surveying first. Chapter chain surveying. Introduction. We all know that horizontal measurements are taken in various ways and the latest technique is the use of electromagnetic distance measurement system used in total station, which is an optical instrument. Cost of the measurement increase with the desired precision of the work. In idiom, light waves or radio waves are used. What the common method being used for the past so many years is measuring distance by the use of chain or tape, and this technique or process is referred as chain surveying. जिस तरह ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਵੀ ਹੌਰੀਜ਼ੈਂਟਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੇਜ਼ਰਮੈਂਟ ਆ ਗਈ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਸਰਵੇ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਵੇਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲੇਟੈਸਟ ਟੈਕਨੀਕ ਆ ਉਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਈਡੀਐਮ ਯਾਨੀ ਦੀ ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੋਮੈਗਨੈਟਿਕ ਡਿਸਟੈਂਸ ਮੇਜ਼ਰਮੈਂਟ ਸਿਸਟਮ, ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਾਈਟ ਵੇਵਸ ਔਰ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਵੇਵਸ ਆ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਾਮਨ ਮੈਥਡ ਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਚੇਨ ਔਰ ਟੇਪ। ਇਸ ਟੈਕਨੀਕ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੇਨ ਸਰਵੇਇੰਗ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਚੇਨ ਸਰਵੇਇੰਗ ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਦੀ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚ ਆਫ ਸਰਵੇਇੰਗ ਇਨ ਵਿਚ ਦੀ ਲੀਨੀਅਰ ਡਿਸਟੈਂਸ ਆਰ ਮੇਜ਼ਰਡ ਵਿਦ ਦੀ ਚੇਨ ਐਂਡ ਟੇਪ। ਇਹ ਸਰਵੇਇੰਗ ਦੀ ਉਹ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚ ਆ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੀਨੀਅਰ ਡਿਸਟੈਂਸ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਜ਼ਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਚੇਨ ਐਂਡ ਟੇਪ ਨਾਲ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੇਨ ਸਰਵੇਇੰਗ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਆਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਲਾਰਜ ਏਰੀਆ, ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੀ ਇਹ ਸਰਵੇ ਲਾਈਨਸ, ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੇਨ ਸਰਵੇਇੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਚੇਨ ਸਰਵੇਇੰਗ ਦੇ ਕੁਝ ਐਡਵਾਂਟੇਜ ਅਤੇ ਡਿਸਐਡਵਾਂਟੇਜ ਵੀ ਨੇਗੇ। ਐਡਵਾਂਟੇਜ ਨੇ ਦੇ ਆਰ it is very simple survey, it is very useful when plan of small open areas squared, it involve only linear measurement and no angular measurements, it is very useful for building development, road improvement, small sewerage schemes and small railway extensions. It is very useful in plotting surveillance. It is very useful in marking the boundaries of various features like dense areas, pond, rivers, streams, etc. It is very useful when the area is flat, open and small, and where sample details are cared to be plotted. It is very useful when plans to be prepared are to be drawn on a large scale. कुछ disadvantages हैं. Their chain survey is very limited in its adaptability. Chain survey work cannot be carried out if the area is covered with scrub and trees, as it will be difficult to measure the necessary tie lengths across the area. Chain survey cannot be adopted where survey needs better precision. Measurement, if done carelessly and due precautions are not taken, then the results will be wrongly recorded and the purpose of chain survey will not be obtained. इसी कुछ डिसएडवांटेज। Instruments used in chain surveying. Chains tapes, ranging rods, offset rods, flags, clinometer, plumber, pigs, wooden mill, arrows, crossstaff। ਇਹ ਉਹ ਇੰਸਟਰੂਮੈਂਟ ਸੀਗੇ ਜੋ ਚੇਨ ਸਰਵੇਇੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਯੂਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਆਪਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੁਝ ਡਿਟੇਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੜਾਂਗੇ। ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਚੇਨਸ, various types of chains are metric chains, steel band, engineering chain, gantry chain, revenue chain. Metric chain is best suited for rough use in general field work and can be repaired in the field. It can be read easily, but it is heavy and liable to sag when suspended. Due to continuous use, it can increase or decrease in length. It is not easy to carry being heavy and takes more time to spread. Steel band is used for accurate work. It is lighter, therefore does not sag. It is easy to carry and suitable for rough work. It should be used carefully, otherwise it is likely to be damaged. It cannot be easily repaired in the field as welding and or riveting will be okay. It cannot be read clearly and has to be cleared frequently. Engineering chain is used on all engineering surveys. It measured distances and provided flexibility during work. Gantry chain, also known as surveyor's chain, is very much useful in measuring land in miles and acres. It is used in all engineering surveys. Revenue chain is used for measuring field in cadastral survey. Gantry chain, cadastral or revenue chain, engineering chain are not in common use and have to be discarded as they are non-metric chains. The measurements are in FPS system. Metric chain is generally used for measurement for distance and IS specification are given below. IS specification metric chain IS 1492 1970, length 20 meter or 30 meter, also available 5 meter and 10 meter. 5 links in 1 meter. 20 meter chain is divided into 100 links. 30 meter chain is divided into 150 links. 20 centimeter distance between two rings. Brass tags at every 5 meter length and small brass rings at every meter length are provided. Tags are of different shapes. Central tag is circular or oval in shape. The overall length of the chain should be accurate within the limits are given below. 20 meter chain plus 5 means 5 mm, 30 meter chain plus means 8 mm. Comparison between metric chain or fat chain. Metric chain, it can be repaired in field, it cannot be repaired in field. It can be easily read, it cannot be easily read. Errors are arise, errors are will not occur in length. It is not easy to carry, it is easy to carry. It is suitable for rough use, it is suitable for accurate work. Correction due to sag has to be applied as it is liable to sag when suspended. Correction due to sag is 0. Tapes. There are gauged ribbons available various lengths, weights, are of the variety of materials. The length may be 2 meter, 5 meter, 10 meter, 20 meter or 30 meter or 50 meter, and width varies from 6 mm to 20 mm. They are handy, light, and accurate. A 2-meter tape may be lost or encased in a steel case with automatic winder, but others are encased in leather or metal cases rolled around a brass reel operated with a brass bending lever. It may be cloth or linen tape, metallic tape, steel tape, or inward tape. Third, ranging rods. They are also known as lining rods or flagpoles and used to locate the position of survey stations, arrange the lines, locate intermediate points between two end stations when the lengths of the line we measured exceeds the chain length. For arranging purpose, a flag of red, blue or yellow color about 450 mm square is provided at the top. The rods are made of well-seasoned timber, circular or octagonal in section 25 mm to 38 mm diameter, having errands of 15 mm length at the lower end. The rods are painted in 2 or 3 colors alternatively, either red and white or black. White of the 200 mm length so that the rod can also be used for measuring short lengths. Offset rods. These ranging rods or ranging poles are about 3 mm to 4 mm long, at the top of which is fitted with the recessed hook or knot. Instead of a flag or pulling of the chain through a hedge or obstructions, the rod may be divided into meters and decimeters. Two short, narrow vertical slots are also provided at the right angles to each other at the center at about eye level. These are used to align the offset line, measure the short offsets. The ranging rods, if white wine, black or red wine, a metal also. Genus a 200 mm flag white color red color. If the flag is in the 250 mm to into 350 mm. Now offset rods metal so white wind or black wind. ये है ये hook recessive hook. Next are flags. They are also called vandrols and are made up of two triangular bunting of white and red cloth, usually 450 mm into 300 mm. These are provided on the top of ranging poles of rods which are greater than 3 mm length in order to mark the station and to have better visibility from a distance. Clinometer. It is used for measuring the angle of a slope and consists of gadget semicircle resembling a protractor. From center, a plumb bob is suspended from a long thread. Two side pins A and B attached along the line of sight in order to use it. A mark is made on ranging rod. The thread touches the zero mark when clinometer is horizontal. When the reading is to be taken, the survey assistant is directed to go up the slope or down the slope along with the arranging rod. The observer keeps the instrument at the eye level and sees the mark on the ranging rod through the side pins A and B, which gives lines of sight. When the mark is seen, the thread is released by the observer. The reading is recorded from the graduation just below the thread which measures the angle of slope of the ground. Clinometer. A clinometer, line of sight. Plumb. It is used for testing the vertically of the object, example arranging poles, etc. Transferring the points to the level ground when distances are measured along slopes of hilly areas. Solid conical blade, 150 mm, wooden peg, plumber. Centering of the theodolite like plane table, compass, optical scale, line changer and the other serving instrument of a station mark. It consists of solid conical weight of the bottom and string which is attached to it at the center. Pegs. These are used for marking the definite position of survey stations, tie stations and other stations required for the purpose of survey. From these points, the measurements are taken or over these points. A survey instrument is set. For this purpose, a nail or brass stud is driven into flat top of the peg. The size of pegs depends upon the type of ground surface where these are to be driven or used, which are these pegs are to be put. These are made of well-seasoned hardwood, usually teak or pine or deodar or sisal. These pegs are generally 50 mm into 50 25 mm to 50 mm square in section of 150 mm long. Next, wooden mallet. It is used for driving the pegs into the ground. It is made up of well-seasoned hardwood of sisal or bubble. The diameter at the ends varies from 70 mm to 100 mm. Length varies from 200 mm to 250 mm. A wooden handle about 250 mm long is provided. This is a wooden mount. Next, arrows. These are also known as marking or chaining pins. These are used to mark the ends of the chain lengths. A record number of times chain is laid down to measure a line. Provide a check over the length of the line centered and the building. Next, cross star. It is provided with two pair of vertical slides which gives two lines of slides at right angles to each other. It consists of a cross head mounted object 1650 mm long, 30 mm diameter. Has two arrows so are the bottoms shown in the figure. Is metal open cross star, object set, horsehair, metal horsehair. Is cross star. Optical scale. It is small reflecting instrument having two mirrors encased in it, which are inclined at 45 degrees to each other, placed normally to the base of the box. The principle of the instrument is if a ray of light undergoes two successive reflections, then the angle between incident ray and emergent ray will be twice in the angle between the reflecting surfaces. Optical scale. Next है direct and indirect method of branching. Whenever chain line is to be laid, then points are located from it in order to plot complete detail with offsets. When the length of the line is more such that the stations are not visible, then intermediate Points are established with the help of ranging rods and the process is referred as ranging. Ranging is of two types of masonry group, direct ranging, indirect ranging. First, direct method of ranging. In this case, intermediate ranging rods are placed in line by direct observation from either end station. It is possible only when end station are intervisible. It is carried out by any of these following methods: ranging by eye, ranging by line. Lining by eye. In this case, let A and E be end station, A and B, C, D be the intermediate station. End ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ A, E, ਵਿਚਕਾਰ B, C, D. In this case, first of all ranging rods are fixed vertically behind each end of the line. A surveyor stands behind the ranging rods A and E. One of them is a leader, then the other is followed. One of them directs the other to hold a ranging rod vertically at an arm's length from the point where the point B is to be established. Directions are given to move the rod of to the left or right till he three ranging rod. Adjust at A, B, E appear to exactly in a straight line. It should also checked by that the bottom of all three ranging rods are same line. If okay, then the ranging rod was fixed and we so and C and D by repeating the above process. Ranging by I. Ranging by line range. Line range is used to fix intermediate points like B, C and D between two distant points A and E on the chain line AE without necessity of sighting from one of them. It works on the principle of prismatic reflection. It is used when speedy and accurate work is needed. Image of ranging rod A, image of ranging rod B, image of ranging rod A and B. Ranging by line range. Line range consists of two right angles isosceles triangular prism or two plane mirror placed one above the other having their reflecting surface one above the other. One of the prism is made adjustable so the perpendicularity between the two reflecting surfaces may be secured. Let P be the intermediate station. The leader stands and bringing the line range to as eye level through the upper prism image of ranging rod AC. He then moves forward or backward at right angles to the line till two images appear one above the other. At this stage, the intermediate stations are kept vertically under the center of the instruments. Next, indirect method of range. It is adopted when the end stations are not clearly visible. Indirect method, end station are not visible. The end station clearly. The distance between the end points is very large. When the end stations are not clearly visible, say hell obstruct the visibility of the end stations, then this method is adopted and it is also referred as reciprocal ranging, in which ranging is done by reciprocal observation. Hell, indirect method of ranging. Let A and D be two stations on Let A and D be two stations on both sides of the hell, which are not visible from either side of the hell. These steps are to followed are to extend take up position B and C1 in such a way, B1 ranging rod at C1 and D1 and from C1 ranging rods B1 and A are visible. Now the stand at C1 directs the stand at B1 to move B2 so that line A. After this, that stand at B2 direct the stand at C1 to move C2 such that B2, C2 and D are in the one line. Then the stand at C2 will direct stand to at B2 to move B3 such that A, B3 and C2 are in the one line. Stand at B3 will be direct stand C2 to come C3 as such B3, C and D are in the one line. This is indirect method of ranging A, B, C, D. The above procedure is repeated again and again till point B and C are not achieved, and once achieved, these are intermediate station between A and D. A, D. C, E, Z. In case of a valley, let it be required to lay a line between A and B across a valley. In this case, the following steps are followed. To stand A and B, a ranging rod is erected at C at one edge and such a way A, C and B are in the one line. After the stand A gives direction to stand at F and D to be in line with V such that B, D and F are in one line. Now stand at B gives direction to stand at C to move to E such that F, D and E are in the one line. Lastly, the stand at C directs the stand at E to move to G such that C, E and G are in one line. Finally, the points C, D, E, F and G are established in the valley. Next topic, offsets. It is lateral measurements adjust. It is distance measured from the chain line in order to locate the position of a point with respect to the chain line. If the length is less than 15 mm, it is called short offset, otherwise long offset. In general, offset should be as short as possible as error will be less. Moreover, short offset can quickly measured. The offsets are classified as perpendicular offset, oblique offset. When the lateral measurement are right angle to chain line, then these are called perpendicular offset. If not, then oblique offset. Oblique offset, chain line, perpendicular offsets. These are used to find corner of the weld more accurately. Offsets are called swing offset. When the tape is swung off an arc from the points to be located, then the minimum reading of tape on chain line is referred as swing offset. It gives the position of the put of the line of the perpendicular. The chain line swing line. In the figure, O is point where offset is required. The 0 and the of the tape is held by the surveyor at the point O, and the tape is swung off by the stand in an arc with O is the center. O as the center. OC is minimum reading from the chain line and is referred as swing offset. Next, Chaining on flat and sloping ground. When chaining is done on flat ground, smooth level ground, for measuring distance which is more than the one chain length, intermediate points are marked, then these points should be on the line measuring accurate distance. Yeah. Now suppose that the distance to be measured is less than one's chain length. In this case, the surveyor assistant will be moved to one of the points between which it is desired to measure the distance. The leader of party will walk with zero end of the chain to the other point, whereas one of them will remain at the starting point. The chain is pulled in order to make it straight, and also it given a jack in order to avoid any links. In order to measure the length, and the links are counted and recorded in the field notes.